I'm going to show you the power of Luminar Neo. I almost go to Luminar Neo just for this two tool. This is incredible, like being able to light a photo based on depth. I'm right now in Copenhagen doing a book, but I just came back from Monument Valley. It's one of the most crazy things ever done in photography. Check this out. Where I took some amazing photo and I'm going to retouch them in Luminar Neo. So specifically the three photos, it's going to blow your mind. So let's start with the epic shot of the sunrise of Monument Valley. So let's go to the edit. And the first thing you have to see here, you see how it says develop and you have a little symbol called raw. That's why you got to start with the develop. You got to develop the photo because it's a raw file. So I'm going to click in here. And on this one, I always like to, I have a tendency, especially for sunrise, to underexpose my photo. So I'm going to open the shadow slightly, maybe about that much. Okay. And then I want to bring down some of the highlights because that sky is way too bright for me. So I'm going to bring down the highlights like this. I guess we can see the sky better and add a bit of contrast. It's already way better. You can see the before and the after, but we're far from being done. Check this out. This software is so insane. So if I'm gonna do the, by default, the black and white are hidden. So I'm gonna go here and do my black point and then do my white point. And that's just going to add extra contrast. The black point is taking anything which is almost black and making it black, and white is taking things which are very bright and making it more white. So now I got an exposure that I kind of like. You see before and after, it's a bit better. Now I want to get the colors right. So you're just going to go to the color section, make sure it's open. Color here. And this is a sunrise. Usually sunrise, I like them very warm. So I like to go on shade. Shade is a very warm white balance, which really is great for sunrise. And I'm just going to add a bit of magenta. It's kind of like my favorite color, but I used to go like really strong. I don't do that anymore. Just maybe 14, just a little bit. Okay. Now I want to show you a couple of crazy things. First, let's go to crop AI and let's go to 16:9. And let's make sure the horizon is perfectly straight. I like the good old 1/3 of sky, 2/3 of land rule. And the reason I'm cropping is because this is the size of my screen. Okay, so let's keep going. One tool I love on this one, which are kind of like, I almost go to Luminar Neo just for these two tools. The first one is landscape. If you go to landscape, and you have this golden hour thing. Check this out, what it does. It just makes the whole photo very golden hour. Now, I don't like it everywhere. I like it a little bit like that. Maybe on this one, I'm going to do about 30%. I kind of like the mood that it gives it. And the next one, which I don't know any software that has this, is light depths. Now, light depths is insane. Check this out. The first thing you do is you put the amount all the way to 100, okay? And you can see here, this is what we call a depth map. And what it does, this is the front of the photo, this is the back of the photo. Check this out. If I move that light, see what happens? It moves the lights and makes everything dark. So I kind of want it to be maybe a little bit on the flower. And now you have to make sure that advanced setting is on, and you can make brightest near very dark or very bright. I just wanted to simulate if there was a bit of light just on the flower. Look at this. Look at the before and after, how it completely changes the photo. Now, if you think it's too much, you can reduce it a little bit, but I kind of like it strong on this one because it makes the sky much darker. And this is incredible, like being able to light a photo based on depth. Isn't that crazy? So I basically have this kind of over the flower. I've got brightness near, very dark, and brightest far, very dark, which is going to make my sky much more interesting. Look at this, before, after. Isn't that insane? Last but not least, I'm going to go to super contrast, add a bit of highlight, mid-tone, and shadows. And that's just going to bring a to it. That's insane. Before, after. Come on. Come on. Let's go back to the catalog and let's do one of my favorite photo of the year, the Hans Mezza. So Mezza means a table mountain. This was a crazy shot. We got up at like 4 a.m, drove a car for 2 hours until we arrived on this Mezza, which is basically an overview of the entire Monument Valley. And I'm just going to go to edit here. I'm going to go, you see it says raw, so we have to develop it first. So I'm going to go shadows first. Oh, I always go shadows, not all the way, maybe like 50, 60. Bring down the highlights all the way. Add some contrast. Crush my blacks as I did, and my whites. Now the white, I don't like the colors at all, so I'm going to go straight to colors, and same thing. I'm going to go to shade. Ooh, and I'm going to add some magenta. Okay, and you don't need to add contrast because we're going to jump right away to golden hour. But first, let's add a bit of sharpening because there's a lot of rocks. Don't do over sharpening. That's too much. Maybe, 20 of sharpening and like 60 of masking. Masking means that you're only going to sharpen things which are with edges. If masking is at 0, everything is sharp and it looks weird. So you want to show your masking is at 50, 60. Then we're going to do our two favorite. Well, on this one, I want something a bit different. I want to go to enhance, and accent is going to make the whole photo very HDR. I don't like this. I just want a little bit of accent and a little bit of sky enhancer. It's going to make the sky a little bit darker, but we need to go further on this one. So first, I need to go to the golden hour. Let's go to the golden hour on the landscape, which is here. And in this case, I'm only going to do it on the sky. So I'm going to put all the way to golden hour. I like what it does, but just on the sky. Look at this, before, after. It's too strong everywhere. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to masking, and I'm going to go to a linear gradient, and I'm going to click and drag. And that way, the effect, if you go back to adjustment, is only going to be on the top here. Check this out, before, after. And now if you think it's too strong, you can always reduce it a little bit, but I kind of like that. And then let's jump to our light depths, and look at this. So I'm going to put the amount all the way. And again, same thing. I'm moving the light inside of the photo. It's not insane. So where do I want the light to be? Maybe on that rock here. Maybe not so strong, just a little bit like that. But look at this, before, after. One thing I learned with photography is that an object which is partially lit is more interesting than an object which is fully lit. And I really like this. And last but not least, I've got to go to super contrast and do my highlights, mid-tone, and shadows. And check this out, before, after. Come on, Luminar Neo. Okay, last but not least, the buffalo. This is the lower Antelope Canyon in Page, Arizona. One of my favorite photo is what we call the buffalo. You can see that's the nose, that's the eyes. It's just the lower Antelope Canyon is so unbelievable. Unbelievable. And so what I'm going to do on this one is I have to develop raw. So I'm going to go here. This one is going to be tricky, I promise you. So I'm going to open a shadow a little bit, bring down the highlights. I'm going to crush my black. I'm going to crush my white. And then I'm going to go to color and warm it up and maybe add a bit of magenta. I like to go really red on the canyon because it's really red. That's what you see. Look how sharp this photo is. So let's even add a bit more sharpness to it, just a little bit. And on this one, I'm going to crop it first because I really want to go on a bear and I don't like how this is overexposed. So I'm going to crop here. Let's go to 16:9, the good old 16:9, which is our screen size. I want to go a little further here, rule of third. Let's put the bear face on the rule of third, and we have like a whole bunch of photographer there. Let's keep going. Let's get a little bit like this, not fully centered. Maybe like this. I want the eye to be on the rule of third. Press enter. Look at that. Maybe it's a bit too much. Maybe a little bit more like this. Okay. Yeah, I like that like this. And now what we're going to do is let's see what landscape is going to do on this one. Landscape, and let's add a bit of golden hour. Yeah, it makes things a bit more red. But on this one, I want to do a couple of double development. I want to add a bit more light inside of this. So first, let's go to light depths and see what it gives us. So amount, and look at that. Ooh, I like that. Look at that. I love that. The light depth is so incredible. Again, let's make it not so soft. Soft depth is going to make that the gradient of light is going to be everywhere. I actually want to have a bit of a snoop effect like in studio. Let's maybe add a bit of warm to it. Brightness near is going to make this whole part darker. Brightness far doesn't do much on this one because you can see where I'm putting this, the light's coming from the top, but look at the difference before, after. It just made the whole light so incredible. And this is so simple. If you just do this filter on your photo, it's incredible. And then super contrast, highlights, mid-tone, and shadows. You can get a special discount on software and also use the code Serge to get a discount. If you don't have Luminar Neo, you're missing out. The link is under the video. It's going to blow your mind. This is a sponsored video, but Luminar is the only third-party software I've been using for years and years and years. So I am making some money for making this video, but that's truly what I use also. So, you know, I might as well do it. I get about 1 request a day because I've got a lot of followers to do third-party software review. And I've done 2 in a year, and then both of them were on Luminar Neo, because this is what I use. I don't do it on software that I don't use. I don't do videos like this. So here we go. Look at this. It took me just a few minutes, and this is some of my favorite photo of the year. So check out Luminar Neo. It's going to blow your mind.